Hi everybody, it's Rob again, video number 2, or is it technically 3? 3. So you might have seen on Instagram, I own a little coffee company called Box Drinks, and my favourite van, Little Red, just here, has been damaged. So outside the unit, someone's reversed into it, unfortunately, causing a bit of damage. You can see from my surgeon's marks with the white pen, the damage. We've got the bonnet, the wing, a few other little bits and bobs which is pushed back. Nightmare. So it's going in tomorrow, hopefully, into the body shop to be fixed, get it all back up and running as it should be. Because we don't want Little Red to be off the road for too long. She's our favourite. So I get asked quite a lot, well not a lot on Instagram, how I power coffee vans. So I'm going to talk you through how we use Little Red, which varies slightly different to the other ones. So we've got the horse box in the background, slightly different power setup on that one. Big green, pretty much the same as Little Red, small tweaks, but we'll talk about that another time. So I'm going to show you Little Red today. So Little Red has had a hatch cut in by a metal engineer. I wasn't brave enough to take the angle grinder to it myself, so I've got a bit of help with that. So that opens up to reveal the coffee shop. So we've got the full-on coffee machine, we've got the grinder, we've got a knock box so we can get rid of our waste, we've got a pitcher rinser so we can wash jugs, and we've also got a basic till. So it's really important if you're developing a coffee van to think about how you're going to power it. You're going to want a Zocco machine. You could do that, but you need to be on a fixed sort of location really on site with electric to hook into, because they're quite powerful machines. What you really want to look at is a dual fuel machine. So a company called Ficino, based in Birmingham, they produce dual fuel machines. So I can run this either on electric. We've got a little switch just here, so I can flick it onto gas. So that means it will turn off the electric element inside, saving about, what, 3,000 watts, and then I can turn the gas on. So I've got a button there, I press that and ignite the gas, and it's got like a burner underneath the copper tank, and that will heat up the water, and that saves a lot of power, which means I can be off grid because I run it on batteries and an inverter to make it 240 volts, and I've got a small gas tank on this as well, an LPG conversion, which I shall show you. Hi again! Oh look, there's Big Green, always there, watching you. She's always watching. Right, so this is where the magic happens, in the back of Little Red. Can you imagine the fun in here? So this is what powers the coffee machine and makes it all work basically. So what we have on this wall, we've got a power wall. So you can't really see here, but I've got a 240 volt in, so we can plug into a site power. So if we're at a building, or power's available from a generator, whatever, we can plug in. If that's not available, then we can flick onto inverter. So that's mains, that's totally off, and then that turns the inverter on, which I'll show you in a second, with batteries. What else have we got? We've got this panel here. So we've got the fuse box, like a normal house or a garage. It has a fuse box. So we've got sockets and a coffee machine. This panel here, so 12 volt panel, on off. We've got a water pump, a 12 volt water pump. We've got lights for the coffee machine side, so like a shop front if you like, we can trade at night. And then we've got lights in here, and then we've got lights underneath the counter so I can see what I'm doing when I'm changing water barrels. We've also got a sink, pull down sink, blue roll, we've got soap, so we've got everything we need to be all law abiding. So yeah, that's that side. Let me show you the battery side. That's the most important bit to make it work. Right, so we're off grid, we're not plugged in to a power supply, so we need to flick onto inverter, which I've done. So then what happens, in this box we have two big 12 volt leisure batteries, basically AGM batteries, 115 amp each, gives us 230 amp, wired into a 1200 watt inverter. So what happens here, we've got a 240 volt plug which goes up the cable, back down into the changeover switch, which then activates the fuse box as normal, and then we've got power as normal power supply. So this is turned on through the little hole. I've got some air vents just to keep it cool. We put our finger in. There we go, and you can probably just see some lights coming on. So that gives us the power now, so I can use the coffee machine on gas, and we can trade for about 6 or 7 hours now. But what we need to make sure we do when we get home is to charge it up. So we have got a little battery charger, which is here. It's just an Oxford one. It's an 8 amp one. You can get bigger, a bit quicker. This will take me all night to charge up, but that's fine because it's obviously plugged in overnight. We need to make sure we turn it off afterwards, obviously. Can't do it this way. There we go. Little power station. No, not there. No, come here. Look, right, so we've talked about electric, but how do we power the coffee machine? Let me show you. Let me grab this. So underneath, it's very hard to see, we have an LPG tank. This one's only a very small one because of the size of the van. This is an 8-litre LPG tank. So how do I fill it up? Well, let me show you. So we go to the filling station, and we've got a point just here, and I fill up just here, which cost me 79p per litre for LPG. Boring! But I talk about gas quite a lot. I quite enjoy to talk about gas. It's very exciting. The wife thinks I'm quite boring. Water, most important, obviously, to have water on a coffee van. So pop in and have a look. So at the moment you can see I've got one full tank, one nearly empty. And at the back we've got the 12 volt water pump and a 240 volt water pump right behind, which you can just about see. So that provides all the power we need for giving good pressure. Knock box, so you can see the hole in the counter, straight into the bin. And then we've got 2 water containers which hold the wastewater. First aid kit, always have a first aid kit, you never know. So in another video, I'll do another video separately, and I'll talk to you about what you need to take with you when you're trading. So we'll do that another time. So this is Little Red number 1, purchased 2018. It's my little Citroen AK400. Love it to bits. Bread and butter, this one. But what's this behind me? Shall I have a look? This is Little Red number 2, fresh from a respray. It's just come back to me. It's waiting its conversion. I'm just doing it now. So we've just started fitting out the inside. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, but this is going to be a fully working mobile unit of joy. So there we go, that's Little Red number 1 and a brief look at number 2. So we'll have more videos to come on all the coffee vans. So yeah, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and we'll do some more videos. Bye! Hi again. Right. So this is Little Red number 2, fresh from a respray, fresh out of the kitchen. Mama rolling the body.